Hi, today I will be showing you how to solve word problems with linear equations. So the key concept to keep in mind is that you should write down everything you know from the question and even draw the problem if it helps, and then solve it like a normal linear equation, which means you bring the variable to one side and the numbers to the other side, and then you solve. So let's start with our first example. A man runs 5x meters. He takes a break and then he runs another 2x meters. In total, he runs 35 meters. Okay, so if we're confused, we can always draw a diagram. So let's draw one. This is where he starts his journey. So let's say this is 5x meters. I'll just write that as 5x. Here he takes a break. And then he runs another 2x meters. And in total, all of this is 35 meters. Okay, so this is simple addition, as we can tell. So we can always rewrite this as 5x plus 2x is equal to 35. And thus simplifying, we get 7x is equal to 35. And so x is equal to 5. So that's a simple example that you might see on the exam, but you should always prepare for more difficult ones, like the next one. So the next one is, an enclosed garden has length 2x centimeters. So I'm just going to be writing down all the values we get. So length is 2x centimeters. The width of it is 5x centimeters. And it says that its perimeter is 30 centimeters. Okay, so you should always be writing down everything you know about the question, and then if it helps, draw a diagram. So let's try drawing a diagram. Here's the enclosed garden. We know that its length is 2x. A bit disproportionate, but it's alright. And then that its width is 5x. And that its perimeter, so P, is equal to 30. So, okay. We know that the area of a rectangle is its length by its width. And we know that the perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So let's rewrite that. So 2 times 2x plus 2 times 5x is equal to the perimeter, which is 30. So now let's simplify that a bit more. So 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times 5x is going to be 10x, and that's equal to 30. And then 4x plus 10x is 14x, which is equal to 30. And x is going to be equal to 30 over 14. And that, I'm just going to plug that into my calculator. 30 over 14 is 5 over 7, and we'll leave it at that. Okay, and so in this question, we actually need to find the length and the width of the garden. So what we need to do is, now that we have x, we can plug it in back to the original length and width that had x, and we can see what the value is. Okay, so let's see, just a second. Okay, so we will do, for the length, which is 2x, we will do length is equal to 2x, which is equal to 2 times 15 over 27, which is equal to, let me see, 2 times 15 over 27, which is equal to 10 over 9. And we'll leave it as that. And then the width is equal to 5x, which is equal to 5 times 15 over 27. And we'll use our calculator again. So 5 times 15 over 27, that gives us 25 over 9. So in this case, we can leave them as fractions just because we get recurring decimals. But that's all right, so we solved that problem. Okay, so let's move on to our final example. And this is a difficult one, but it's always good to know how the more difficult ones work so that you'll be able to solve any of them. So it says a circle has radius 3x. So I'm just going to draw that. A circle has radius 3x. It says a bigger circle has radius 4x. Okay, so here we go, 4x. And it says that the circumference of the bigger circle is 16. So C is equal to 16. and it asks us to find the circumference of the smaller circle to the nearest whole number. So we need to find c for the smaller circle. And so in this case, you'll actually have to use a formula that's the circumference of a circle. And that formula is 2 pi r. So since we know that for the bigger circle, the circumference is 16, we can set that to 16, and then we can plug in 4x for r, since we know what r is. So 2 pi times 4x is equal to 16. Simplifying that down, we're going to get 8 pi x is equal to 16. And now we can, to get x, we can do 16 divided by 8 pi. And that is just going to simplify down to 2 over pi. Okay, perfect. We have solved x, which means that we can now plug that value in to get the radius of the smaller circle, which is 3x. So to do that, we'll do 3 times 2 over pi, and we will get 6 over pi. Perfect. Okay, and now we can plug that into the original circumference formula, since we have r. So 2 pi r is equal to 2 pi times 6 over pi. And I'm just going to plug that into my calculator once more to see what I get. So 2 times pi times 6 over pi. And we get 12. So that's the right answer. And hopefully you can use linear equations to solve all word problems.